Sometimes the opportunities for photography are so bad, you find yourself shooting close-ups of rocks in shopping center parking lots, or fungi and lichen on tree trunks on a local disc golf course. And so it has been much of this month. I had originally been planning for a February video on the theme of from winter into spring, where we'd start off with snow and wind up with flowers over on the east side of the state or something like that. Of course, the weather doesn't actually cooperate too well with us, so instead of going from winter into spring, we've been going from winter into right back into winter. So at this point, we have snow up in the mountains. We don't have anything down here. But I'm going to be trying the next couple of days to get some more winter scenes before it all goes away for good. We shall see what happens. First stop, as usual, the Snoqualmie area. Probably starting off with Middle Fork and possibly Snoqualmie Pass itself.
You have arrived at your destination. The route guidance is now finished.
Unfortunately, it looks like GPS has led me astray because this is definitely not my destination. It's somewhere out in the middle of the woods with a lot of houses around it. I think I'm going to have to backtrack a bit and try and see if I can find the real place I was heading. Well, here we go again. It appears that there are two different locations I could have gone to and I went to the wrong one. The other one is about 12 miles away. It took me about 20 minutes to get there, but what can you do about it? Around here there is snow, but it is patchy snow. It's very chaotic looking and doesn't really seem very photogenic. Plus everything around here is private property, and I expect to find some owner coming out with a shotgun telling me to get off their land. So I will try again at the right place. Well, this is also not where I was supposed to be, but at least it looks like winter out here. I saw a place about a half mile down the road that looked like a picnic area where I could get some possibly good shots, so that's where I'm going to be heading now. I'm not too thrilled having this iPhone out in the weather like this, but I'll see what I can do. Right now, I don't know if you can tell, but it is absolutely beautiful out here. I love the snow like this. It's just starting to cover the trees, which is really nice. And I don't know if I actually see any grand compositions here at all, but I think I can get some nice detail shots. At this moment, what I'm looking at is this river down here. I'm going to try to see if I can set up for a shot on that. This shot is going to turn out to be a bit trickier than I thought it would be, mainly because I'm trying to get a vertical composition, and I also have to have a polarizer on this thing because I want to get the glare off the water. The problem is that to do that and set the exposure to 1/30th of a second so I can get snow trails, I am finding I have to boost the ISO to 2000, which is really not good for this particular camera. So I'm just going to try it out one way and see what happens, and then hopefully it'll work out. But as you can see, I'm trying to get the curve of the river through there. Thank you so much. And hopefully this will work. If not, well, I guess you'll never see it, but I'll give it a try anyway. I'm not happy with the results here. I think I was so taken by the colors and textures in the water that I didn't notice that there was really no composition at all. Also, since it had taken so long to get here and I was losing light, I was pressing myself to get some images to justify making the trip, which is always a dangerous mindset to have. The only reason I'm including this is to commend Adobe on their new denoise technology. With my camera, shooting it at ISO 2000 pretty much guaranteed a grain fest, but Adobe's processing removed practically all of it. Good job. The beauty of this one is that I don't need a polarizer, so I don't have to worry about the ISO. I'm shooting over that picnic table, and I'm getting the tree framing it from the side, and then the trees in the background covered with snow. If anything, this was much worse. Notice how I was so concerned with framing the scene with the tree on the left, but it's barely visible. Meanwhile, I managed to not even notice the huge tree right in the middle of the scene sticking up off the top, leading one's eyes straight out of the scene. Part of the problem here was that the snow was blowing in my eyes, leaving me shooting almost blind. But the big problem was that I was so taken by the textures of the falling snow against the evergreens that I literally missed the trees for the forest. The problem is, with all this drama we've had now, the light is starting to go, and I'm really not getting too thrilled about it. The only thing I'm really interested in is this one tree out here. One tree, thank you, out here, which I think I can get as a regular shot. I have to crop a little of that bottom and top off, but let me try another one here. Now this one was much better. And with that, I think I'm going to end this portion of the winter shoot. I'll try again tomorrow or the next day. Well, I have to admit, I wasn't at all happy with the shots I got on that last trip once I reviewed them on the computer. I could see some of them were just ones where I didn't really get things framed properly, or if I'd waited a few more minutes, I could figure out a better solution. Some of them were just sort of the what was I thinking category of shots. I think what really happened was because I got directed to the wrong place the first time. By the time I got to a locale where I could do some shooting, it was so late that I was basically rushing and trying to just grab whatever I could grab. So I'm going back up again a bit earlier today, and I'm hoping I can get some good shots. The only problem right now is that it was supposed to be snowing again. Right now I'm not seeing any snow coming down. As a matter of fact, the sun looks like it's about to try to peek through the clouds. So we'll see what happens again. The next few days, we're supposed to have a lot of snow coming down at one time or another in the mountains. So I'm hoping that even if this is a washout again, that I'll be up once or twice more and see what we can find. Well, this was definitely not what I was expecting. It's only been 2 days since the last time I was up here, and most of the snow has melted. It's completely off all the trees. So this really isn't much of a place to take any pictures, so I'm going to have to try something different now. What I'm heading for now is Weeks Falls, which is just a bit down a dirt road here from the last place I was at. I haven't been here in years. So this should be interesting. Well, it's safe to say this wasn't at all what I expected. Right now, I've been talking about doing winter into spring before, and it seems like we're hitting spring right at this moment. At least a lack of winter. I haven't been to Weeks Falls, like I said, in probably over a decade, maybe more. And it's, from my recollection, it wasn't the most photogenic of waterfalls, but at least it might be some sort of a subject here. We are at Weeks Falls, and I'm kind of surprised by this because it's changed a whole lot since last time I was here. The last time, there were a lot of log jams that seem to have all washed away. What I'm finding interesting here is a few times I've come here, we've actually got some clouds and blue sky together up there. Otherwise, you've got what Gavin Hardcastle refers to as the triangle of pointlessness. As you can see, I'm getting quite a bit of zebraing here. I have polarizer on because I wanted to cut the glare off the rocks, but let's see what happens and what the histograms say after this first try. Definitely way up there at the top, so I'm going to be backing off on the exposure compensation by about that much and see what happens now. Still a little bit of it. I'm dropping this down more, but at this point, however far down I go, as long as I have details in the shadows, I'm okay. Yeah. Hot spot up there. I don't really see it in the histogram. I'm not sure that it is all the way up or not. It looks like it still is, so. Never shot this dark of the correction before, but let's see what do we get. Okay, that looks better. Well, now the clouds have come in, giving us the triangle of pointlessness again. So that vertical shot was all I was going to be able to get. Chances for good shots of the sky and them have gone away. I switched to my telephoto lens, and I'm now going to be trying to get some close-up shots, details. That's always been the best part of this fall. Got the polarizer back on because once again those rocks are really wet, and I'm trying to control it as much as possible. Well, now that I'm back at the car, something is falling out of the sky, and according to AccuWeather, it's supposed to be snow, possibly heavy at times for the next half hour, but it sure doesn't look like snow to me, and with temperatures in the 40s, I'm guessing I'm pretty accurate on that. Anyway, I'm going to be trying to come back up again. Hopefully the predictions will be better next time, and we'll actually still get some chances of the snowy landscape, because I like what I saw the last time I was up here. I just didn't carry it out very well. So we'll see if we can get anything better in the next few days. Well, I thought that was it for the day, but then I decided to go to find the route to the place I'd been trying to get the last time, just so I could mark it on my GPS. And on the way back, I spotted something really spectacular. This is the Middle Fork Snoqualmie River, and we just have an interesting bit of fog in the distance, and with the pattern here, I'm going to see what I can get. What I find most interesting here is this bit of mountain and the clouds, and so I'm working with right now is the widest angle lens I've got. And I'm going to see what I can get here. It looks like you may have another problem with the overshooting. Yeah, it's, once again, I'm getting a bit too much there, so we have to lower the exposure compensation. Again, with a much wider angle here, is in making sure that this tree over here does not have thin branches sticking out the top. That's a problem I've had beforehand, even in yesterday's 2 days ago shooting. So let's see what we have here. If I can get a wide angle with this. This phone has a much wider angle than any camera, but so I don't know if I can do that with this or not. Well, that was really surprising. I went up to the Olallie State Park up on Snoqualmie with the hope of correcting some of the images and mistakes in the images I took a couple days ago, and found the conditions were absolutely not what I was looking for. So I had to improvise, and actually wound up coming with results that I think are a lot better. Of course, I'll have to process them and see how they come out, but I'm pleased at this point. Anyway, thanks for coming along, and I will see you next time.